Bitwig Studio 5 offers a lot of great features for audio. You can fade, loop, reverse, slice, pitch and stretch audio, and you can do all this in a container so that the arrangement does not become too confusing. My name is Thomas Foster, and in this tutorial I will show you everything you need to know about audio in Bitwig Studio 5. Good to have you here. Let's go!
Welcome to Thomas Foster Music Production.
Before we dive in, artificial intelligence has radically changed my workflow as a music producer in the past few months. I use AI to assist with composing, songwriting, arranging, sound design, vocal generation, choir creation, mixing and mastering. If you want to stay ahead as a music producer in the coming years, you can't ignore this trend. My book, Artificial Intelligence in Music and Audio Production, Shaping the Sound of Tomorrow, gives you a clear and compact overview of all the AI tools that can take your production to the next level. My name is Thomas Foster. Thank you for watching. Always stay creative and get the book now on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. I want to give you a little overview about our main window, how it looks if you are here in the user interface settings on single display, large like I am. We have here the tracks that we can select. Whatever track is selected, you have here a kind of information panel where you, for example, can change the color, you can change the name of this track. You see always the mixer channel of this channel, so you can change the volume or the panning. And you can open here some windows like this project panel, this output monitor panel, this mapping panel, a browser, very useful, a browser where you can add new audio, filters, audio effects or whatever. And here we have a little keyboard. If you have a touch screen, you can use this funny little keyboard. That is a lot of fun, right? So, but now we want to concentrate on audio. How do we get our audio into the DAW? For example, we can record audio with a microphone or with a guitar or whatever. So to do this, maybe you first have to go to the settings here, to audio, to choose your audio interface. In my case, it's the Universal Audio Thunderbolt, and I can create here my inputs. Let's delete this to do it again. So I say my microphone is on channel 1. So I want to record it in mono, so I add a mono channel. Let's call it microphone. Now let's close it. And now if I go to this audio channel, I can choose here the microphone input. And the good thing is, if you open a new song, you also have the same things here, and you don't have to remember that your microphone is on channel 1. You simply choose microphone. Okay. So let's record something. The volume of this track I go down to 0 because I don't want to hear my voice twice. Let's record. Thomas Foster Music Production. So this is our first recording. Let's listen. To listen, we have to set the volume to 0 maybe. Thomas Foster Music Production. Still is not so much volume. Let's make it a little bigger so we see more. And also here we can zoom in by clicking in this area, holding down the mouse and going up to zoom it like this. Thomas Foster Music Production. All right. And maybe the volume is not loud enough. So if the clip is selected that we recorded, we can scroll down here a little bit and change the gain. Very easy, +6, 2 times maybe. Thomas Foster Music Production. Music production. All right. There's another way to change the volume. If you go with the mouse under the black line, then you get this special speaker icon. And if you click now, you can change the volume of this clip, what is very useful.
Thomas Foster, music production.
What else can we do? We can go to the left corner and change the size of the clip. And you will realize it's snapping to the grid, to these lines here. So it's easy to place it on the beat here and here, but it's not so easy to make it a bit on the left side of the beat. If you want to do so, hold down the Shift key and now you can make it in very small steps and it's not snapping to the grid. Sometimes it's useful if it's snapping to the grid. In this case, if it's a voice, a language, it's maybe better if it's not snapping. All right. You can move the clip like this. You can copy it if you hold down the Option or Alt key. Or you can duplicate it with Command D or Control D. So, and for sure you can cut it on the right side. So, but maybe you want to cut in between. How do we do that? There are 5 different mouse tools. For example, the eraser tool. But in fact, we don't need these special mouse tools as everything is possible with the pointer tool. So how do we make a cut? If you click on this black line here, then you can move it or copy it. If you hold the mouse in this yellow area, then you can click to select something, starting here and going to here. Now with the backspace key, I could erase this. Or you just could click one time in this area. And now with Command E or Control E, you can make a cut to make it 2 clips. Or we also could cut something a little bit like this. And now we have 2
Thomas
clips.
Foster, music production.
You can make fades very easy. You go to the right corner, not on the black right corner, here on this position. And now we move this fade tool here.
Music production.
Normally, maybe you don't want to make a fade out of your voice. You want to do it like this.
Music production.
But you also could change the curve by holding down the Option key or Alt key and move it up and down to change the curve of this fade.
Music production.
And for sure, you can make a fade in. Like this.
Music production.
And you also, there's another way of making fades. You can select from the right to the middle or wherever you want and say Command F or Control F to make this fade out or fade in. Sorry, like this, fade in. Here it is. And we can make a crossfade for this. Let's place this clip on top of that clip. And now we select the area where we would like to make a fade. And now with Command F, we create a crossfade between the 2 files.
Thomas Foster, music production. Thomas Foster, music production.
All right. So what else can we do? We can make time compression. We can make clips faster and slower. So how do we do that? For this you have to hold down the Option key, then you get this special sign, and now we can make it faster. Oh, this is maybe a little bit too fast.
Thomas Foster, music production.
Or slower.
Thomas Foster, music production.
But to make this happening, you have to be in the right mode. Normally, the most time we are in raw mode. And in raw mode, this is not working. You see, nothing is changing, especially the length is not changing. You need one of the stretch modes that you find here on granular or in spectral. Most of the time I would suggest the Elastic Pro mode. This sounds most of the time the best. Now if I make it faster or slower,
Thomas Foster Music Production,
we get the best possible result. But there are other modes. For example, the repitch mode. In the repitch mode, if I make it faster, it's like a tape, then it's also higher. Or if I make it longer, then it's slower.
Thomas Foster.
Yeah, let's go back. And the other modes like stretch and stretch HD and elastic, they sound different. And especially if you want to sound a little bit like an old sampler, a little bit like vintage, then you should check out these modes here and experiment with them. Here you can say how the grain size is.
Thomas Foster Music Production, Thomas Foster, Thomas Foster, Thomas Foster.
Yeah, they all sound a little different, but normally I would recommend the Elastic Pro. All right, I showed you that we can change the volume, yes. The pitch, for sure you can go 2 notes up.
Thomas Foster.
Maybe we go back to the original tempo. I recorded it at 110, so let's say at tempo 110.
Thomas Foster Music Production, Thomas Foster, Thomas.
Or we go 2 notes down.
Thomas Foster Music Production.
Or we go an octave down, -12.
Thomas Foster Music Production.
Yeah, that's a little bit Darth Vader. Or we go up to +12, then it's a little bit Miss Foster.
Thomas Foster Music Production.
All right. Or Mickey Mouse, right? Yeah, that's so the most important changes we can make with a clip. I know I forgot something important. We can reverse a clip. Very important. Here on clip, you can go to reverse, and now I found a faster way to do it. You can click this button here, and then the reverse feature, like every other feature that has this little knob here or pin, it's a own button here. And now I just can click here.
Thomas Foster.
Instead of using the menu, right? For me, the reverse feature, I use it very often. That's why I was clicking this pin here, so I have a own button to
Thomas
reverse this clip. So now we could cut it here and here and here and here and here. And maybe now we can make something a little bit funny, like this and that and that, to make something funny, rhythmic.
Foster Music.
Let's duplicate this. All right. Now we have one interesting bar. So, and if I want this running over the whole song, I would now select this area here and with Command or Control D duplicate it, right? But then the arrangement gets really confusing if you have done hundreds of tracks with a lot of clips here. That's not looking so nice. So there's another way to do it. We can make a selection over exactly 1 bar, right? From 1, 1 to 2, 1. And now we use the command consultate to make it 1 clip. Now we can loop this clip. How do we loop a clip? If you go here in the right upper corner, then you can make the clip longer. That's not what we want. If you go in the lower corner, then you can loop it. And now it's 1 clip looping 3 times. And with a double click, we see what is inside the clip. And here we still have all the audio elements, the audio files, and you can open them again.
Foster Music Production.
Inside this container, you can do everything that we did in the timeline. For example, we could select a clip and audio element and erase it, right? We could audio event, let's call this audio event. We could move it.
Foster.
All right, that sounds nice. We could time stretch it with the Alt key or Option key as long as the whole clip is in the Elastic Pro mode. So let's hold down Option and make this longer.
Foster.
Wonderful. We can make fade in and fade out here in this area.
Foster.
We can make crossfades for sure. We can reverse something. Let's go to event and reverse it.
Foster.
Whoops, wonderful. We can use all these features here. Fade in, fade out, change the gain, change the pitch, change the panning. So if I go to the,
Foster.
if you have headphones,
Foster.
then you hear that this is left and right.
Foster.
Let's go back.
Foster.
And we have here a lot of features that I would like to show them before I go to my text message here. We can let's go. I can add them simply by making a double click. I can do the same here. And let's take a look here. Yeah, this looks all good. And now we say slice in place. You don't see it, but the message is slice in place. We say OK. And now this is our own audio event. This is our own, every little piece is our own audio event. So, and now I can use all this feature on every audio event. Let's take the first 4 and pitch them 1 octave up. And again here, this 4, let's pitch them up. Maybe we make these twos minus 12 dB. Sorry, this was the wrong feature. Here, minus 12. Also here, minus 12. That sounds nice. Also this one here. And we could repeat this for sure. Very interesting stuff that you can do here. We can select all of them and use the fade feature. Let's go back to audio events, and here we can use the same feature for every little slice here, right? Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff you can do. Let's erase here some of these clips. Yeah, something else I would like to show you. You can quantize them, but yeah, let's erase them, go back to the original. Go to the onsets and again say, let's slice that in place. Now we select everything and use the quantize feature. With the right mouse, we click on it and let's go to quantize and say we want to quantize this in 16th. Now there's not a big change because it's already perfect quantized in 16th. But what if we go to the quantize feature and say we want to make 8 notes in triplets? Now it's totally different. Let's go back to the original. we can stretch it. So let's open the stretch mode. We click here on stretch. And now we can set points and move the points. Or let's move it to the left. Or let's go back where we've been. Let's go to the speed here. And now I say I want to double click. We are here in stretch mode. Double click on every beat. And now I can move this. So this is perfect if you have a rhythm that is not perfect on the beat and you want to make it perfect. Then you can move every single accent by making a double click and moving this point to the left or to the right. This is great. Let's go down here to the gain. And here we get this line. So let's go make here a point, and here a point. And now we move this. Or move it up. We can make a curve, for example. By holding down the Option key and moving the line up or down. With the pencil tool, you can draw a curve. And if you hold down the Option key, you can make steps. Maybe I forgot to show you that you can select some points. And let's go down here a little bit, up here and up there. And I can select these 3 points and move them all together. We have here gain. This was gain. Let's go to pan. So I can say, I want to hear this beat on the right side and this beat here on the left side. If you have headphones, you should be able to hear this. Okay, let's erase it again. Let's go to the pitch mode. We have to scroll down to 0 because that's where our line is. And now we can move it up over 1 octave, over 1 bar. Let's move it down. And there's something else we could do. We could make some points. And now we select all these points. And by holding down the Option key or Alt key, you can move up to activate the shuffle mode. And now the shuffle mode is allowed to change the pitch value -12 or +12, like this blue line here. And you see, every time it's different. If you don't want this because you say, I want to control what is happening, and if I don't like it, then I want to, if I like it, I want to freeze it. I select the whole clip, and here's the feature seed, and I can go to random. And now the shuffle is, the random is every time the same. See, it's not changing, it's always the same. What is good? So if you want to have it every time different, you use this feature. If it should be always the same, so you can a little bit more control it, then you click here on these patterns. If you don't like it and you want to change it, simply click for another pattern, another random pattern, right? There's another feature called comping mode that allows you, you notice you're doing a vocal recording. And because you want to bring out of your singer the maximum on quality, you record a lot of versions. And then you want to cut always the best version. And for this, it's useful to use the comping mode. So let's make here a loop of 2 bars, or let's reduce it to 1 bar, maybe that's better. And we go to record. Let's go down with the volume so we don't hear my voice twice. And now let's record in the loop mode 4 versions. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 4, 4, 4, 4. All right, and now we record another version again. So let's go to record. 5, 5, 5, 5. All right. If I double click, we are here now on comping mode, so you can also go to the other features that we had until now. But we go to comping mode. And here we can say, I would like to listen to all 5 versions that we have. There's also version 6, but this was just because I was pressing stop too late. So let's erase this one. Let's listen to this. 5, 5, 5, 5. Let's listen to this. 4, 4, 4, 4. Let's listen to take 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1. 1, 1. And now I can say, here I love the version 1, that's good. So let's use here version 1. But here I would like to have version 2, here version 3, and here version 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We don't need this, so let's erase it. And the good thing is now you can continue working with this. For you, it's simply 1 track. And later you say, I'm not sure if here at the end this was really the best version. Maybe there's another one. Yeah, there's version 5. Let's check this out. 1, 2, 3, 5. That's much better. I'm happy with this. So this is perfect to create one perfect version. And in addition, you can change the gain, the pitch, and the panning, and the format. With the format, you know, if you pitch your vocal up, then you get this Mickey Mouse sound. If you pitch it down, you get this Darth Vader sound. With this format, you can get this Mickey Mouse sound without changing the note. So let's select all our audio events here and change here to Elastic Pro. Now this looks also a little different. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3. So here we're shifting it up a little bit, here down, so we get a different sound. 1, 2, 3, 5. So the last thing I would like to show you is a situation that you have maybe very often. You have 3 or 4 different beats and you want to bring your beats all to play in the same tempo like your song. Let's go with the song to 125 beats. And from where do you get audio? There are many places where you can download audio. Most of the time you have to pay a lot of money. There's one platform where you can download it for free. Great loops and vocals and all this stuff. You go to MUGENT.com and here on the group we go to beats because we want a drum beat. And now we go on the tempo to 116 to 130. And now we listen. I like that, so let's click on free download. No credit card, no login. Simply listen and download. Maybe you find a little slower one. 118. Free download. So where do we find these clips now? They are all in my download folder. So let's select the 3 beats and place them on 3 tracks. And now we listen to them. Very confusing. Why is that? Because every beat has a different tempo and no beat has the same tempo as our metronome. So how do we change this? First we select everything and we go to the Elastic Pro mode. And sometimes Bitwig 5 is able to understand the tempo by analyzing the file. If not, we have to set the original tempo. In the case of MUGENT beats, it's very easy because the tempo is always in the file name. So this one is here 118 beats, and yes, Bitwig was able to detect the tempo. If this is not the case, simply double click, say 118, and then it's perfect. In this case, 126, Bitwig was able to detect the tempo of all 3 beats, and the result sounds wonderful. And if you change the tempo now, everything is perfect in time. So you see, Bitwig is a great tool for working with audio files, and it's a lot of fun. If you like this video, please let me a comment. My name is Thomas Foster. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, always stay creative. Cheers!